Hello and welcome to the Energy Connect studio at ADIPEC 2024. I'm delighted to have sitting next to me in the studio today, Peter O'Sullivan, the CEO of Penspen. Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you. To start off, could you talk to us more about Penspen, its engineering heritage and the wide spectrum of services that you provide to the energy sector?
Absolutely, with pleasure. Penspen has been around for over 70 years, so we have a very long history working in oil and gas and energy. We're an international engineering services company with major bases in the Middle East, in Europe, in the US and in Latin America. And as I say, for over 70 years we've been supporting our clients with engineering, design and project management services, asset integrity services and asset management services. And recently we've broadened that out to include digital services as well. And typically we work with the upstream oil and gas companies, midstream companies, but also we've broadened out over the years to support energy users as well, and providing all of those services to those clients.
Now, how do you support clients across the entire project lifecycle?
Well, we can start working with clients from the early stages of a project to help define concepts, to define feasibility, technical or economic feasibility, to kind of firm up what it is that the asset is going to deliver to them, the benefit, the value, and then define that in engineering terms, doing the feed work or the basis of design. And then we can carry that through to help deliver it and get the new project built, doing the project management support. Or sometimes we work with the EPC companies and we provide the detailed engineering support depending on what is needed. And then we can continue through to the operation of the asset as well. So we provide asset management services in Europe and in North America, where we help our clients operate assets. And we also provide consultancy services around the operation of pipelines, understanding what the risk is, expected life, and so on. And runs right through then to decommissioning sometimes when the asset is being taken out of service. So really, end-to-end support for our clients.
Now, that's a very comprehensive catalog of services. And I think one of the areas where Penspen specializes is delivering technically challenging projects, and at the same time making sure that it optimizes the productivity and efficiency. So could you talk to us more about that?
Absolutely, yeah. We're often come to by our clients when they have a technically difficult project. For example, recently we've been helping Qatargas with a damaged pipeline, a subsea pipeline that was damaged by an anchor. And we've helped them to come up with a solution for that, doing very detailed modeling of the situation to come up with the right solution for them. Another example is a client in Europe, the Portuguese gas transmission operator. We're trying to figure out how do we blend hydrogen into our high pressure gas pipeline network. And again, using computational fluid dynamics and all sorts of technical approaches, we developed a very efficient way for them to safely blend hydrogen into their high pressure gas pipeline network, developing a unique solution for them. So that's some examples of the technical work that we do. In terms of improving the efficiency of operations, we've been working with the CAFG Joint Operations Project in Saudi Arabia for a number of years. We've just restarted a project with them. And that's helping them to invest several $1 billion to improve the efficiency and productivity of those operations. So a strategically very important asset for Saudi Arabia and for Kuwait. And we're helping with a team of about 100 engineers for them to redevelop that field.
Right. Now, what's the latest from the diverse portfolio that you have when it comes to asset integrity management and digitalization?
I'm glad you asked me that question, because we've built a very innovative, pioneering digital platform to help pipeline owners manage their pipeline data, and to visualize that and try and really get the value from that data. What we find is many of our pipeline operator clients have data over the full lifetime of these assets, and pipelines operate for decades in some cases, and there'll be data going right back to the beginning of operations, and being able to pull that together in one place to see, what does it mean for the future of the pipeline, what's the condition of the pipeline, what are the risks associated with the operation of the pipeline, is actually quite challenging because it's coming from all sorts of different places. So we've built a digital platform that we call Thea, which is a cloud-based platform that can aggregate all of that data in one location. You can then look at it on a map using GIS tools, overlay the data on the pipeline, understand where are the areas of risk, what's the surrounding environment like, and then you can even take it further and do engineering assessments like corrosion growth rate assessments or expected life assessments on that data on the platform. So we think it's a really fantastic tool. There's nothing else like it on the market. It's really growing in popularity with our clients, and we also use it internally as well for our engineering support.
And another area where you're also expanding your capabilities is the energy transition.
Yeah.
How are you supporting clients, especially in this region in the Middle East?
That's a really interesting area for us. It's a growth area for the business, and we're helping our clients in the oil and gas sector with the skills that we've developed over many years, building energy infrastructure to deliver, secure and sustainable energy to communities, onshore communities in the onshore environment. We're using those skills to develop new infrastructure for hydrogen and for carbon capture, and really for us they're the main areas that we play in energy transition. Initially, a lot of the work around hydrogen has been repurposing existing pipelines and energy infrastructure for use with hydrogen. So, understanding what the risks are, understanding where changes needed to be made to the infrastructure to allow it to be used for hydrogen service. And then we've also been developing new infrastructure for new pipelines to produce blue hydrogen or to produce green hydrogen. The other side of it then is carbon capture. We've actually been working in carbon capture for about 10 to 15 years. And we're using the skills we've developed over decades to design the infrastructure for carbon sequestration, so pipelines for carbon sequestration, technology selection, for example, what's the right carbon capture technology for a given situation. So those are the types of things we've been doing. We've been working in this region with ADNOC, for example, on carbon capture. We did a very big project for them, helping to select the right technology for their projects. We've recently signed an agreement with Masdar, and we're looking forward to supporting them. They're growing their interest in hydrogen and their investment in hydrogen. And so the experience that we've developed in other parts of the world, particularly in Europe, we're bringing to bear on projects in this region now.
It's great to see how you're reinventing yourself and moving ahead, ready for the future.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we're going where our communities need us to go to help deliver sustainable energy, but we're also very aware that until we get to a net zero future, we have to maintain the security of the existing energy supply. And so we view our capabilities and our commitments to our clients in that space as being very important and critical to the energy transition, because we're cognizant of the fact that it is a transition, it's not a step change. And so we're helping our clients and the communities that we work in move along that evolutionary path.
That's an excellent point. You just can't switch on the energy transition. It's a gradual process.
No, that's absolutely right. And with what we've seen in Europe, with the situation in Ukraine, the way that affected gas prices, they spiked, it became very expensive. It hit the people who could least afford it. So we need to protect against that. We need to make sure that energy is affordable as it becomes more and more sustainable.
Peter, thank you so much for your valuable insights, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in the studio.
Oh, thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on our social media and at energyconnect.com. I'll be back with more studio interviews from ADIPEC 2024. Stay tuned.